But at some point, you do have to see these results on the floor. And I think Dawkins made that a point of emphasis today, saying, hey, we know this, we're still in a situation where it's going to be tough. You're going to have a lot of struggles throughout the season. You have a super bought-in youth movement here in DC. There's going to be struggles, but you're going to have to bear with it because they're going to want those guys to grow as basketball players night in, night out. So good to hear that there's still a commitment to what the Wizards have tried to instill. And I'm glad that's the case because for one thing, that was apparent from this Wizards organization for such a long time under the current ownership of Ted Leonsis is that they were never allowed to tank. They hated tanking. They hated the word. They hated the idea of a complete rebuild. They were completely against that for so long, and that's why previous GMs, albeit they were not good talent evaluators in Tommy Shepard and Ernie Grunfeld, they made a lot of bad decisions. But part of that might be because they were never able to fully rebuild when the organization had to. There was always this idea they were going to build around a player like Bradley Beal and pay him the max contract and the no-trade clause. Just a disaster. It was never going to work out. But now that they have fully committed to this, I'm glad they're sticking with it. I know it's tough now that it's been really 2 to 3 years where you're consistently losing and it's tough to sell out the stadium. You're going to get a lot of opposing fans in there, but they remain committed to this process, and that's one thing that has me excited going forward for it.